Hello, welcome to Premier Scene. I'm Claire Bueno as we talk to the delightful cast at the Berberian Sound Studio.
It was a very challenging character for me because she's quite arrogant. The secretary I'm playing is very arrogant and doesn't really want to help anybody. And although it's not a very big part for me, it was one of my favorite parts ever. And I really cherish it. And we had a lot of fun and we laughed a lot. So, yeah, it's wonderful.
The film's also based in the 1970s, so what was that like for you doing a period piece?
Oh, it was wonderful because I always admired films of the 70s, and especially doing a piece that is a horror film set in the 70s is something very, challenging and really weird in a way, but also beautiful. And I love the hair and the clothes, everything, and the set. It was amazing. It was a great experience.
And the film is set around a sound studio. Was it interesting for you as an actor to find out more about how important sound is to a film, really?
Oh, absolutely. I always had a very basic idea. I know that how music and sound influences the way the audience feels, more than the scenes sometimes, because it's more dynamic. But actually, reading the script, I was very fascinated by it because technically I didn't really know how it works because I'm an actress. I'm not a part of it. But when I saw the film, I really got to realize how amazing it is and how clever someone must be, like as a director or as a sound engineer, to portray those feelings through sound. It was amazing.
When you first read the script, what excited you about it? What were your initial thoughts?
I talk first?
The English is better than me.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad you're talking about the script because I have to say, I have to admit, I didn't know Peter, the director, before, and the script was mesmerizing to me. It's not usual to be given this kind of material. So I remember when I read it, I didn't care about the money and who was the director. I said, absolutely, I want to do this, and just give me a chance. And I thought it was very brilliant and very unique. I thought that this film was going to have its own voice anyhow, very original in a way. Even being a tribute to filmmakers and to genre and some, movie making, I think it still has its own originality, I think.
I could understand everything about the movie, but yeah, I wanted to do it. I wanted because I like the main role. I like the Peter. Yeah, I know, interesting.
And was it interesting for you? I believe you're both Italian.
We are.
So how does an English director understand how Italian filmmaking works?
I think a lot has to do with his part Greek descendants. I think I felt a lot of the Mediterranean in the script somehow, especially in the man-woman relationship, kind of soft chauvinism. I call it soft because, whoever sees the movie will see. No, there was a deep understanding of how human nature works. It was very well written, and I hope we did a good job in And working for a director that's written his own material, is that nice? Is that good for you? Because you can really get to grips with speaking about the character and the development of the character because he's written it. Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Well,
Always.
we were on top, and the script was brilliant, and that's a fact. But there was also something that we were lucky to. I mean, they were brilliant to find us, and we were lucky to get together and find the chemistry we found. And Toby and I, we had like one meeting, one reading, one rehearsal, half a day. So everything we were able to do is just amazing because we had no time. These kinds of projects you do with no money. So there's a lot of love and less of everything else.
Yeah, but the project was really interesting with Peter, with Toby. Yeah, we didn't have time, a lot of time, but it's gonna be okay.
And Toby, what was it like working with him?
excellent. For me, it's always like that. When you work with a good artist, you usually have no problems. We clicked. I think we had a few moments which we had to synchronize, when you meet. But then I think it was smooth. It was great.
It's really correct. Yeah, it's like a maestro. It's like a maestro because has a lot of experience about. I learned a lot of things about him.
What connected you to the script when you first read it?
I loved it because it's something completely different. It's kind of quirky and weird and surreal, and I love all of his three things. So I loved it.
And for you as an actor working within the horror genre, is that a benefit, or do you just go to where the good material is?
Well, so far this is only my second movie, so I did this, and then I had a little part in Tim Burton's Dark Shadows. So I'll just go where. I'm so happy that this was the first thing I've ever filmed, and for me it was an amazing experience, and I'm so happy, and it's an incredible film. So I'm ever so lucky that this was my first experience.
And your work, it was set in the 1970s.
Yeah.
So what was that like, getting all dressed up and being in a different era now?
It's fun. It's what every actors love to do. So no, it's amazing. And I think, I'm Italian, and so I was. It felt like being in a photograph of my parents, like wearing those. I have a dress that's got like a very big collar, and I was looking at photos of my mom, and I could see the same colors and the same colors, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
And with the part that you're playing, what was it about her that you wanted to go on the journey with?
It's the fact that you don't really know what she's about. Is she good? Is she bad? Is she an actress? Is she something else?
So it leaves you to your own imagination.
To your own imagination.
Was it challenging for you as a writer to write a part for the lead character who essentially is an introvert?
Surprisingly, no. I found it quite easy to write it. Difficult to direct it because it's such a minimal part to play. How do you direct that? And I think so much is down to Toby's interpretation of it. But writing it, no. I had to be honest. I had a blast writing it. I don't always have a blast writing things, but strangely, this script seemed to come out quite naturally, and it was fun. I have a good memory of doing it.
And you set the film in the 1970s. Was it interesting for you to explore a time where sound in film was created practically?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love the physical aspect of it. And the mystery, which you don't really get now. It's just such a strange world, and the kind of part of it came from the BBC Radiophonic Workshop and just tape loops and the kind of alchemical process of it. How you're just transforming everyday sounds into something very, very strange. It came from Doctor Who and Delia Derbyshire or Daphne Oram. So I just thought there's just so much mileage, and there's still so far to go with that. And I think it'd be great if other people made films like this, because there's still so much which is unexplored.
And for you, Italy, why was Italy the location that you wanted to set your film in, and the story, of course?
Sorry, the Italian location.
Yeah.
I guess because Giallo was the starting point, and it had to be Italy. I don't speak Italian. I just thought I don't want to get involved in a language I don't. I made that mistake in my first film, but it just had to be Italy. There was no other country doing this. So it all led from that, really, just from the soundtracks, from Morricone and Nicolai and Ortolani and so on. Yeah. And why was it horror that you wanted to go down the route of with this story? I guess they're just things I found fascinating when you do sound post-production, when you're dealing with violence, and you have this extreme horror on one side, but this kind of pantomime element on the other side, where people are just smashing vegetables. And I just thought, wouldn't it be interesting if we peeped into the world of men who do that every day of their lives and just watch day upon day of countless horrific things happening, and they just have their lunch break and go out for a cigarette, and just how jaded can you look after doing all that? You have to wear sunglasses after a while, which one of the characters does.